This video will show you how to use the new Learning Mode feature introduced in 5.4 for firewall policies. The Learning Mode feature is a quick and easy method for setting a policy to allow everything and log all the data. The information collected can later help to determine what restrictions and protections should be applied to your firewall policies based on usage. Wouldn't it be nice to know which traffic you should be blocking, letting through, or managing? The objective here is to monitor the traffic, not act upon it while in this mode. With this in mind, remember that the Learning Mode policies do not block any malicious traffic, and it's recommended that they only be used on outbound policies or policies between segments of the internal network. To enable Learning Mode in a policy, first go to System, Feature Select, and scroll down, Enable Policy Learning, and apply the changes. Then go to Policy and Objects, IPv4 policy. Open the security policy you want to monitor, in this case, the outgoing traffic policy. Right now this policy is set to Accept, which allows all matching traffic through the policy. Deny drops all of the matching packets, but the option that interests us now is Learn. The purpose of the Learning Mode policy is to allow you to see what sort of traffic is occurring on your network. Go ahead and set the action to Learn. One of the first things you'll notice is that the security profiles and logging options are no longer shown. This is because a number of predefined hard-coded profiles are enabled automatically on the policy, including the antivirus profile, web filter profile, spam filter profile, DLP sensor, IPS sensor, application list, and profile protocol options. The profiles are all flow-based, static, and cannot be changed, and have SSL inspection disabled. They are configured to monitor all the traffic that goes through the policy. Profiles that are not included are DNS filter, Web Application Firewall, and CASI. Once the learning policy has been running for sufficient time to collect the needed information, go to Login Report, Learning Report. There you can view the report in full or a report summary. Select from a time span of the past 5 minutes, an hour, or 24 hours. You can see the deployment methodology with test details and a policy list. An executive summary with a breakdown of attacks, top categories used, and host session counts. Security and threat prevention detailing high-risk applications, vulnerability exploits, malware, botnets, and spyware adware, and at-risk devices and hosts. Or select user productivity to check out top applications. And you can also go to user productivity, web usage details. Once you have looked over the learning report, it's important to make informed decisions based on the new information you just learned. It makes no sense to configure policies based on what you think might be happening on your network when you can set up your policies according to what's really going on. After looking at the results in this example, I might decide to set up an application control policy to block Facebook. And after looking at the top video and audio streaming applications, I might decide to block streaming media altogether. Alternatively, you might want to block YouTube and Netflix, but allow users to continue streaming music like Spotify. Here are links to a blocking social media video and a blocking Facebook video. You can also decide which traffic to monitor or block, set quotas on traffic, and schedule traffic based on your learning report. For example, if you look at the high-risk application category, you can see applications that you might want to block. In this case, BitTorrent is in the peer-to-peer category. If you want to monitor or block torrents, like BitTorrent here, you can go to this cookbook recipe on how to monitor and block peer-to-peer traffic. You may also want to set a quota on certain types of traffic on your network. If you look at the user productivity results, you can see the most commonly visited websites organized by category. You can see if users are visiting information technology sites or personal sites for dating. Top web domains are also shown, so you can see if users are on personal websites like Match, eBay, or whether they're using work-related resources. We can also look at the usage details for top web applications to see if users are playing addicting games or if they're on Pinterest. Once you have a better idea of the patterns, you can set web filtering quotas for websites in certain categories, like these personal interest websites, to a certain time limit for each user. When you create a new policy, it's worth taking the time to find out what's going through the policy. Then you can determine what restrictions are necessary. It's definitely a good idea to find out which of your policies is being used for unintended purposes. But it's equally important to verify that policies are being used for their intended purpose too. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. You can also see a text version of this video on the Fortigate Cookbook website.